Evening, everybody. I just wanted to do a review. So I did some cool jacket reviews a little over a year ago, I guess, and I mentioned in the Kollusion that there was an older version. That's what I've got in my hand here. So this is the 2023 model prior to the one they had last year that's now been discontinued. It's got a lot of similarities to the previous one, but I had mentioned some of the differences, so we'll start with that. And so it's hard to see, but in the older version, the panels up top are like a more rugged canvas compared to the waxed cotton body. Underneath, you have you should be able to see the coloration difference here, like a soft shell heat dump panel here on the under armpit area. And then in the sleeves, where I mentioned before on the other one that you had the canvas, well, this you have that soft shell stretch material as well. So those are some of the main differences with the externals that you would notice right away when you pick it up. So I'm going to go ahead and put it on. I've just got on a base layer. I'm up here in Alaska, brought it with me to Anchorage. Temps have been in the single digits in the mornings around 6 a.m., 5:30 when I go out, and this is all I wear, and I'm more than comfortable and warm in the morning. So we'll get into the specifics of the Kollusion as a whole here in a second. So zip it up, just like the other version I showed in the previous video. Same interior zipper with the draft flap and everything. The big difference you'll see. So we'll start with the exterior. So you still got the two chest pockets up top. Like I mentioned in the other one, the newer one from 2024 doesn't have this inner pocket right here with this zip, which has an aqua guard. So watertight, has a little mesh on the inside. So if you'd rather have a inner pocket there, you can. There is no inner pocket on the inside though. So you're trading inner pockets for outer pockets. So it's really like an aesthetic preference and then what you want. So you've got that pocket plus the two drop pockets. Then you've got two more drop pockets here that you can drop stuff down into. They're on the outside of the jacket, they're not on the inside. And then you have two more aqua guard zippers here for your hand pockets, which are fleece lined with reflective lining and then a microfiber fleece lining. And then you've got the gussets with that stretchy material. So you just snap them, and again, just like the others, nice high quality snaps. So now let's get into the like the material wise of just this specific jacket. So this jacket's been discontinued. You can get a brand new one on eBay in this trim or the other trim if you'd rather have a more professional look with no front bottom pockets here for around $125. Brand new off eBay from plenty of people that have bought them up during clearance and are just flipping them. Definitely worth every penny. They're nice and warm. So it's got high pile Italian fleece here that's 300 GSM. So in the main body, fronts all the way around, and then you've got the dump pockets for heat here and here, and then some here. Then you have nylon insulation, synthetic through the sleeves, which are smooth. So you've got the quilted insulation here, and that's 317 GSM. So again, you have plenty of warmth all the way throughout, and all I'm wearing is a base layer shirt when I go out, and I've been more than comfortable in the 20s and below this week in Anchorage with this on, and just a beanie walking around downtown looking at shops, things like that. It's when they just got their first snow and no problems. And then the exterior, where it's not a tougher canvas up here on the shoulders for wear and tear, you can see that seam here. Well, that's more of like a harder canvas type for like wear and tear, which is nice. Across the back for backpack straps, things like that. That's 195 GSM waxed cotton with some nylon or like ripstop type stuff up top. So same kind of hood with the little visor here if you do like a hat or a helmet or whatever. It's a nice hood. The downside with this jacket in particular, it's really the only drawback, whether it's this version or the other version, is that there are no hood pulls on this thing. So this giant hood, there's no way to make it tighter to keep you warm there if you want to. Unfortunately, there's no draws or pulls. And then it's the same thing with the underbody. There's no draws or pulls down below on the waistline area. So even though it's got the longer tail for the draft flap and everything, there's no way to seal up the air. But you can get really warm in it really quick. It's a very comfortable jacket to wear. I'll go ahead and flip it inside out just so you can see the interior. So it's got a nice heavy duty hook loop here, braided, and then the tag, very thick plush fleece for the body warmth. That's the 300 GSM. Then you have the nylon in the sleeves, insulation here. We'll pull it inside out so that your sleeve, when you're putting your arm down through there and you're in this, like, it's not going to hook, and that's on each one. And then you have that heat dump section under the arms there. So that's pretty much it. And the fur or fleece is all throughout the neck area, all throughout the main body, down to about where the drop tail is. Then it goes back to the synthetic insulation portion around the bottom. So this is a great jacket if you hadn't considered it before, especially at 125 bucks brand new. It's a steal. Has cool embroidered right along the back. I think it came in like 5 or 6 different colors. This one did. And it's got the reflective piping here as well. So nice heavy duty zipper. Has a canvas zipper pull already to it, so you won't need to add one there. If you want zipper pulls on your lower body pockets here where your hands go, zippers are kind of tiny, so you'll have to add your own, buy a 20 pack or whatever off of Amazon for 7 or 8 bucks, add your own, no problem there. And otherwise it's great. Like I said, this one, the only difference between this and the newer one is there's an inner pocket on the chest, where this has 4 pockets that are drop pockets, plus your hand pockets, plus that one zip pocket here. So you've got a total of 7 pockets on this one, where the other one has only 5 pockets. So there's way more storage on this one, but it's a busier look. But it also has the baffling here throughout. It's like that stretch material. You can see it's a lighter gray, and it's not the canvas. So and it goes all the way up to the shoulder, so it's got a lot of articulation in those panels. Comparing the fit of this XL of this jacket to like my Wildfire that's sitting over there, this has a lot looser shoulders, even though it's the same. So broader range of motion, but fitting in the Wildfire is a down jacket. It's made to be tighter because you want that down against you to retain heat, where this has the taller insulation. It doesn't have to be as tight on you to create that warmth. But this is like sleeping in a nice little fleece blanket if you're wearing this on a plane, or just hanging out, riding around in a side-by-side out in the snow or in the fall. Great jacket. So that's all I got. I just wanted to do a video that compared the differences, since when I talked about them before, this one was in New York while I was down in Alabama still, so I didn't have this one directly in hand where I could show you and compare the differences. But so hopefully that answers the questions. Have a good day.